Yo, 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 what up, what up, what up? It's your girl V-Henny. You already know the vibes. Welcome to the Artistry, where we talk shit about music, entertainment, and the everyday struggles. And yo, we got your boy, motherfucking Rueben Wood in the building, rocking with me. We talking that talk. You already know how you doing, how you feeling.
I'm feeling good, man. I'm great. You know, how about yourself? And I thank you for having me on the show today, too.
I want to say thank you for being here with me. You know, we already know you're a busy man. You know, just taking this time and just sitting down with me, you know, letting everybody know who you are and what you do, you know, it's a blessing, you know. So before we dive into anything, I just want to say congratulations on all your success.
Thank you.
You know, it's super dope and inspiring.
Thank you.
You know, I want to be like you when I grow up.
Listen, I'm going to just say, I didn't even know you did this. And yesterday you sat right there next to me and they say nothing about how you doing interviews. So I see you.
You know, I got to play in the cut,
Right,
you know?
right,
I got to play in the
right.
cut. I was just observing like, I'm going to get you. You know, so, you know, it's super dope, though. You're moving, you're doing a lot. You know, we were speaking behind the ear, you know, and I learned a lot of dope stuff. One thing that we do have in common was the fact that you was an artist beforehand. Same here, hip-hop artist.
Okay.
And then I transitioned into the whole podcast,
Media.
radio, everything. So let me ask you this then. How was that transition? Because I know it's not easy.
Man, it was actually hard, but I think it may have been a smoother transition because kind of out the gate, because I was known as an artist in the South and I had a lot of connections. It was kind of easy for me to make the transition in the media because I could just hit certain people up. So the interesting thing about that is a lot of people were like trying to charge me for features beforehand. Then when they found out I was doing media, it's like, oh, you got a magazine. Can I get an interview?
Ooh, barter, let's barter.
So that's kind of how that went down, but yeah.
Damn, okay, but I mean that's how. So I think that's dope though. That's dope because then it's always like that. So that's how the connections grow and everything like that. So you started off having a magazine.
I was a magazine owner. Yeah.
Damn, I'm telling you, bro. I want to be like this man, bro. Like I'm like, so I want to because you're so calm. How was your music? Like, cause I'm like, I want to know, like, what type of like.
Are
you your R&B homeboy? Like you rap?
No.
You was gritty? You was smacking motherfuckers in their face? Like what?
All I'm gonna say is because when I was rapping, I was in the New York market.
Okay.
Obviously, y'all know how hard it is to please the New York market.
Yo.
And when you from the South and you have like a certain type of music, certain type of swag and everything, they don't really rock with that. But I had one song that they did feel.
Okay.
And so every club I went to, I remember I went to a Pyramid Lounge, which used to be kind of big for This Is 50 showcases and stuff like that too. And they rocked out with the song. So, you know, obviously it was about weed too. So, you know, yeah, it's kind of universal.
Yo, hey, I ain't knocking it. Yeah, you understand? Yo, and speaking of which, we gotta dive that in right now because we have your fellow entrepreneur right here. You understand? Like I know you dive into like holistic and you have like your own weed like company as well. Like let's speak very briefly on that.
Okay, so the name of the company is actually Canna Woods, and
Canna Woods.
So it's CANAWOODS. And
smart.
yeah,
That's very smart.
Yeah, so basically I focus on like the health benefits with the strand. So it's not like your typical CBD, it's actually CBG. So it's a little bit stronger and it gives more of a relaxed feel than the normal CBD does.
Okay.
Yeah. And with that, it actually can help to boost your mood or help you with sleep. It just depends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cause I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like, so I smoke, but it's like here and there. I'm more of the drinker. Obviously, V-Henny, you know. So, you know, but all right, when I like a person like myself, I just realized, like, I started realizing that I'm not so big on, is it indica? Indica is the one that keeps you like calm, right? Or is it sativa? I always fuck this up.
Indica does keep you calm.
And
Sativa
sativa
can
keeps you
give you
more like,
energy. Yeah,
yeah. And so as you see, I'm more,
bubbly. Yeah.
I'm hyper. So when I do like indica, it puts me in my head, right? So now your product, like, will, like, what would you recommend for a person like myself, where I lean more towards a sativa?
So now, because of like the strand that I currently have that I do for the pre-rolls, it's a hybrid sativa and indica kind of mix.
Okay.
So it really, for you, like with that, because it's not going to give you the euphoric feelings that your
Okay.
normal
Okay.
THC base would. It'll basically kind of just like give you a mood cleanse. So it's
Gotcha.
going to give you a buzz.
Yeah.
And now if you were to be smoking that and drinking some Hennessy, you know, it's going to definitely put you on one then, you know. So, yeah.
Be like my fiance, like, where you at? Dun, dun, dun. So what inspired you to go that route?
I mean, basically, I worked with a couple of different CBD brands.
Okay.
And pushing them over the years. And because of that, I was like, you know, I think that I need to have my own line, you know.
A smart thing to do, especially that cannabis business is
It's
booming.
booming right now, yeah.
Like, I'm not even into it. And I'm like, I want to start my own business. I'm like, I need to educate myself with this, because there's money in, like, there's good money in this. And the way that the world, how you feel about that? The way that the world, like, maybe in the last 5 to 10 years, they've been accepting cannabis.
I feel like, you know, it should be more utilized because of the fact that it can help with like mental health. It can help with if anyone's dealing with anxiety or like weight control or loss, anything. If they're dealing with, you know, fatigue. If you exercise a lot, you want to recover
Chronic
from all
pain,
that, or pain
like
that too. Yeah. So yeah.
I recently just recommend that to my mom. She's having like knee surgery, and I was telling her, I was like, look into CBD.
Yeah.
So I'm just about to tell her about you, and I'm like, look, ma, we got the hookup. Nah.
Yeah, so we actually will be releasing the oils and stuff that you can rub on the joints for pain and everything. We'll be releasing that within like 2 weeks.
Okay.
And then I have some drinks that's coming out too. And
like
those,
infused?
Yes, and those are going to be some very healthy drinks too. So yeah.
Listen, I'm big on health.
I'm going to be sure to sing you some.
I'm big on health. I take my black seed oil, I take my regular oil, I take any type of healthy infused oil. Yeah, let me stop. Or drinks now, but that's dope though, because you are, listen, you went from being an artist to transitioning into like the whole media aspect, you know, also like you're dealing with like production and stuff like that. You're all within the industry and the artistry, and it's still, and then at that you're diving in a different market in a sense. So you're building so many different streams of income.
Yeah.
And it's inspiring, yo. So are you a person that, like, do you like to read, like entrepreneur books and stuff like that? What's a book that you recommend?
48 Laws of Power.
It's a great book. It's just a brolic ass book. I'm still reading it.
Yeah, but it's something, you know, for you to definitely take in. And I mean, one of the people that kind of like inspires me on the entrepreneurial side is Gary V.
Yeah,
and
Gary V is the truth.
Yeah, so I had met him, and you know, ever since I kind of met him and just took some of his own advice about not really caring what people think and so forth. So like I started doing more events. I started pushing out different things as far as brand wise. Okay. Because for years, like, even though I could do certain stuff, I just didn't. So I kind of limited myself, put myself in the shell. But after that, it was like, nah, I'm gonna get with it.
When did the realization hit you of like everything becoming so real?
Shoot, I think last year
Really?
During the pandemic. Because I mean, sometimes, you know, you wrapped up, you know, doing it every day. and you constantly moving, constantly working, it doesn't really sink in. But when you have the time to sit down because you're stuck at home, you know, it's kind of then it's like, oh, wow, I was really doing all of this stuff. So, you know, you go into different events, red carpets, you interviewing people, or you marketing for brands and stuff. It's cool, but I don't think a lot of us actually take the time to be like, yeah, we actually did that. You know, because then some of us don't even get the recognition for it that we deserve either. So, yeah.
You know, like knowing your story, like, you know, growing up in Georgia and then, you know, moving around and stuff like that. You know, did it affect your artistry at one point, or like, did you ever get discouraged? Did it affect your creativity?
I definitely was discouraged. Pretty much after I wind up signing that deal when I was in New York, and the guy took the money and stuff like that. Yeah, but even after that, because I moved to Cali after I went to New York, I came back to Georgia for a minute. Then I went to Cali, and I kind of just hit the ground moving out there. I started connecting with a lot of different people, started doing different showcases, started doing different things, and then I started realizing like there's a need for a media outlet for more so independent artists to help push them. Because I made a transition in the media in 2012.
Okay.
So certain magazines that we have now, like on the independent side, they were either just coming out or they weren't even existing during that time. So, yeah.
Oh, you got it from like...
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Let me ask you this, though. With independent artists, mentioning them, like, do you feel like they give you the... Like, in a media aspect, do you feel like they support you as you would want them to? Or, like... You know, because you know how artists are always, and I say this because I work with artists too, you understand? Yeah. But so you know how there's always, you know, not all the time, but like 80% of the time, they're complaining about people not supporting them. Do you feel it's like that as well in the media world?
Yeah, man, they definitely don't support us. I mean, okay, so basically, because you think about this, like we're on your show right now, and I can share your stuff and all of these people can see it, but I'm sharing it because I'm like, I rock with you, but I also want to use this to promote myself too.
Yeah. They
don't look at it like that. So they're like, okay, well, I did an interview. They might share it, but they're not basically taking and paying for sponsor posts on Instagram or on Facebook to let more people know what they're doing. So a lot of them have not even hit the stage yet to be like, all right, this is how I utilize the press that I'm getting to market myself so it can be leveraged for business. You know what I'm saying? So, no, a lot of times it was not received. Excuse me, I don't even think I think this is the year I'm actually getting more so.
The feedback,
yeah, because I'm like, for years I've been supporting so many independent artists, and I don't think until I started doing like shows really where they could come out and perform, because I think that was what they cared about more.
Yes.
So once I started doing that, that's when I started seeing more so like a lot more love from the independent artists.
Okay.
But then, you know, it's kind of trippy because when you interview people who are already established or celebrities and they're sharing your stuff, but then the people who are not even to that level won't. You feel some type of way a lot of time about that, but you know.
When did you start learning to separate the emotions behind the lack of the support?
I would say I did about, what is this, 2021, probably about 2015.
Okay.
Yeah, because the year before that was like the first year I did the BET Hip Hop Awards.
Okay.
Some of the people who was on the other side of the carpet I knew personally from working in the studio with them for some of these major labels. And just to see where they were at and be like, dang, I'm getting a drop for them. And then some of them acting like they don't even know me because, you know, they moving in the line on the red carpet. It made me just be like, well, you know what? I mean, you need to go harder. Because, like, even with today, I just posted something on my Instagram about an article feature that I got on allhiphop.com.
Okay.
It done took me this many years in the game to get a feature, you know, on allhiphop.com.
Wow.
Or like The Source. I got featured on The Source like a month ago.
Okay.
But stuff like that is what, even as a media outlet, we still have to get press for ourselves.
Absolutely.
So
that's the thing. That's what I'm like. It's like we don't get the recognition as we should, and
right.
you know, it's not to like throw in your face, but we're the one who's sharing the stories,
right?
You know, so you know, and with how you work, what you do, you know, you're doing an amazing job. So you know, I just want to applaud you for everything. You know, like
thank you.
Continue striving, and you know, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like listening to you, I'm like, yo, he's just the male version. You understand? Because the only thing is that I don't have my canna company, but it's alright. It's alright. I'm about to be his brand ambassador. You understand? Nah, let me stop. But you know, it's inspiring because knowing the fact that you've been going through this for a minute, and then like you mentioned, you go to your Instagram, you popping, right? But people assume right off the bat that those that don't know you, that it's instant gratification. And you know damn well it's not. You know?
Yeah.
How I want to know, like, knowing the fact that you overcame so much, you know, what's a challenge that you would say that you are proud that you overcame and you apply to your life now?
I mean, honestly, I would say that the biggest challenge was just like staying focused.
Okay.
You know, because there's a lot of times where I got distracted. I even remember like losing a lot of opportunities and stuff because I remember one time I had an opportunity to go do some real major stuff, but you know, I got kids too. So my oldest daughter was like, she got sick, so I still had to handle my responsibilities.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So at the same time too, it's like I done overcame so many things that don't get posted about, don't get talked about, and then I constantly deal with, you know, people will hit me up and they'll be like, "Oh, how did you get verified?" And I be like, I mean, I'm signed. I've been in the industry for, you know, 10 years, but I don't really know what the standard of, you know what I'm saying? Like, what am I supposed to be doing to get verified, you know? So, you know, it's just like mentally staying sane is a challenge itself, you know, and to continue to deal with it. It's like, all right, well, you stay focused, Rueben, stay focused. So, yeah.
No, and it's very true because in this industry, you can get distracted very easily.
Yeah.
Very easily. So, you know, before we close it out and stuff like that. So I want to give you one of my infamous questions, you know, because you are a person that, you know, within the industry, I know for a fact you're out the box, you know, in a sense. You're open-minded. So when was the last time you did something for the first time?
Last time I did something for
Just
the
think
first
about this.
time.
I'll be like, dum, 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 dum.
I would say the last time I did something for the first time was when Bamboo sent me that bottle of bamboo cream. Because I had never had no rum with the cream up in it like that. Because I had never drunk the, what you call that, Disaronno or anything. So that was the last time I did something for the first time. It was about 2 weeks ago.
And what did you end up doing? He's like,
it was a great experience. The drink is good. Shout out to Bamboo, you know. Make sure y'all go get that new bamboo cream. Try it in your coffee.
Yeah. Have that Spanish coffee, you understand? No, let me you know, but I definitely want to just say, you know, thank you again for taking the time. I appreciate everything that you're doing. Where can we find you, all your social media handles, everything?
So you can find me on social media at Real Rueben Wood, and that's at RealRuebenWood. And appreciate you for having me, man.
No,
Thank you.
of course,
Definitely.
man. You already know, man. After this, we're gonna be we're gonna be wilding. No, let me stop. I talk a lot of shit, so don't mind me. But yo, guys, it's your girl V-Henny, man. I want to say thank you to everybody who's been tuning in, subscribing, liking, commenting, and yo, we are out. The Artistry. Peace.